Okay, I'm gonna clap for. I don't actually need to. I just do it. It's psychological.
Okay.
All right. So you're off screen. I'll punch in. There we go. Almost. Oh, there we go. Good morning, Hank. It's Tuesday, and today we're going to be. You got to come in when I say good morning, Hank. It's Tuesday.
Oh.
Did you get distracted over there?
I didn't know what the rules
You're
were.
doing some work.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say good morning, Hank. It's Tuesday, and then you're going to like jump in and say good morning, John.
Okay.
Good morning, Hank. It's Tuesday. Oh, look, it's Hank's book, An Absolutely Remarkable Thing, which he wants you to know is available at fine bookstores everywhere.
Has been since 2018. And you're gonna tell me a mind-blowing fact, and I'm gonna tell you one.
Yeah, you ready?
Okay.
Okay.
And the title's gonna be 21 mind-blowing facts.
No, it's just going to be Mind Blowers with Hank and John.
Okay. That's gonna get way lower of a click-through rate.
I don't.
I also don't.
Okay, Hank, here's my first fact. Pi calculated to the 38th digit is precise enough to calculate, assuming that we knew all the other numbers, the size of the Milky Way galaxy to within a few centimeters. So, like, we only need to know pi to the 38th digit, but we know pi to the 31 trillionth digit.
That's not a fact about pi. It's a fact about humans.
We're amazing.
Yeah.
I can't get enough of us.
And the story of like and you could write a book about the number of digits of pi that we know. Like for a long time it was just 3.
Yeah.
Like for most of the time that we've had math, pi was 3.
Yeah.
Which was good enough
and
for
then
a lot of applications.
And then it was 3.14 for a while.
A long time, which is basically enough
Almost
for
all you
construction.
need. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely enough for construction. The only time you need something more than like 5 digits of pi is when you're calculating the size of the Milky Way galaxy. It's not the exact. It's the size of the Milky Way's. Just to fact check myself in advance, it's the size of the Milky Way's galactic disk that can be calculated with 38 digits of pi to within a few centimeters, assuming we knew all the other things, which we don't.
Also out to 38 decimal places.
Probably.
You'd have to.
Yeah.
Otherwise the significant figures wouldn't work out. Do you not know about significant figures?
Definitely not. Hank, I'm just here for mind-blowing facts. I'm not here for the underlying mathematics, okay? What's your first mind-blowing fact?
Brown doesn't exist?
What? No colors exist.
All colors exist.
Except for brown?
But brown exists.
Yes.
It's just dark orange.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's like how circles are just really bloated triangles.
This is like, circles are just a polygon with infinite sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even just kind of a polygon. Mm-hmm. You know, like you take any polygon and you just
you take it to Chipotle. I read a few years ago that there are probably fragments of dinosaur bone on the moon.
Wow, that's weird.
Yeah.
Because of, how?
Asteroids hitting the Earth, blowing things off of the Earth, and they then can sort of get gathered up by other objects in the solar system. The asteroid that killed the dinosaurs probably shed debris as far as Jupiter.
Whoa.
And
wait, so there might be dinosaur bones on Jupiter?
Well, I mean,
yeah.
Ganymede, maybe. Yeah.
Right. On.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, this is another thing that blows my mind. In that sense, like everything is like all the atoms that make me up were in the solar system 4 billion years ago.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Well, yeah, maybe 2
not
billion,
all the atoms. Most of them.
Yeah, some of the potassium probably was created more recently.
How did it get created?
Nuclear decay.
Oh, sweet.
but not a lot. Just like some atoms.
Okay, that's great. I'm glad to know that I'm partly nuclear decay.
Another great mind-blowing fact is that some science communicators figured out that bananas were a really good system for the scale of radiation.
Oh, how so?
They have a little bit of radiation in them, and so like eating one banana exposes you to some radiation. So you want to know how much radiation you get like flying in a jet airplane to Europe? You can do it in bananas.
Or from a CT scan, you can do it in bananas?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to Google how many bananas a CT scan is.
It's a lot.
I'm going to, wow. Now I'm going to have to Google how many, bananas an airplane flight is to find out if it was worth it to come here to visit you.
It's a lot. It's a lot of bananas.
Here's a mind blower that Hank taught me. Before the Big Bang is an incorrect idea because in addition to creating space as we now understand it, the Big Bang created time as we currently understand it?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
What?
Yes. Well, it's just that, like space and time aren't what we think that they are.
They are deeply interdependent.
Yeah, they are the same thing, and they are a field, and they were created at the time.
Nip. Not at the time. Moment. Even a moment is a little bit of time.
It was time then.
Right. I guess from the first
moment.
They were created in the first moment.
Yeah. With all the other fields, too, it seems. It's very upsetting.
I don't find it upsetting, actually. I find it really lovely. Like, admittedly, it's not my all-time favorite creation narrative, but, like, it's a pretty good one.
I mean, to me, the mind-blowing fact is that you can look up into the sky with a telescope and see the Big Bang.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have to have a really good telescope.
Yeah, I can't.
Like, I can...
A specific kind of telescope.
I can look through my telescope and see 900 years ago.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. And if it wasn't that way, we wouldn't have, like, if time didn't have a speed, we wouldn't be able to tell that there was a beginning of the universe.
Yeah. Wow. Time has a...
Oh, here's one. Here's a great one.
Okay.
Henry Reich told me this. If the universe were infinitely big and infinitely old, the night sky would be white.
Why?
Because there would be light from all of the stars in every direction. There would be no space not taken up by stars because the universe would be infinitely big and infinitely old.
Oh, boy. Okay, Hank, here's one that gets me. For 99.99% of human history, you could only hear music if you were within earshot of someone who was making it.
Yes.
And the idea of an album of recorded music is younger than Dr. Pepper. There were...
Dr. Pepper seems pretty modern.
When Charles Alderton invented Dr. Pepper, he couldn't listen to an album because the first one had not yet been recorded.
Yeah. And yet, he did it.
And somehow he still managed to invent Dr. Pepper.
He made it happen.
Yeah. He didn't have that, like, Dua Lipa song to, like, keep him going. Today when I was on my run down by the river, I was, like, really kind of jazzercising to Dua Lipa. And somebody ran past me and they were like, yeah, man. And I was like, yeah. But that wasn't possible for Charles Alderton because he invented Dr. Pepper in a world without albums.
God. A mind-blowing fact for me is that you run. I can't do it.
It does hurt my ankles a lot. I ran a lot on gravel today, and as I got toward the end, I was like, boy, I'm not as young as I used to be.
I'm going to have to stop doing this.
That quadragicon really took it out of me.
I'm so sore. I ran for like... We did it twice because you false started the first time.
Yeah.
So I ran 200 yards. And
maybe.
And my quads hurt, man.
Yeah.
But I was very fast.
Well, faster than
you.
Yeah, I was very faster than you. Okay. Here's another one.
Don't I have one?
Oh, yeah, you do one. All right.
If there were no atmosphere, snowflakes would fall so fast that they could cut you.
Oh, well, I mean, if there were no atmosphere, I feel like I'd have a different problem. But is that true?
A set of problems, yeah.
Wow.
Because there'd be nothing to slow them down. They'd just keep going faster and faster and faster. So depending on how far they came from.
Here's another one I learned from Hank. All of my thoughts and feelings are literally made out of chemical reactions.
Yeah. That's probably fair to say. I mean, chemical changes. There are some things that aren't necessarily reactions.
That makes it worse. Like, if you're saying that, like, some of my thoughts and feelings aren't even sophisticated enough to involve a chemical reaction.
They're chemicals changing shape, and they're also ions moving around, which is not a chemical reaction.
All of my thoughts and feelings are ions moving around and chemicals changing shape.
Yeah. There may also be some chemical reactions involved. I love the idea that a lot of my feelings are chemicals changing shape.
Yeah. It feels, I mean, now that I know that, I'm like, oh yeah, that kind of tracks. You know? Like the first time I fell in love, like a bunch of chemicals
Yeah.
changed shape. We've been going for 14 minutes. We have a lot of gold, which is a big change from last time.
We do not know why there is matter,
What?
and we do not know, like, in two different ways. One, we don't know why there wasn't an equal amount of antimatter and matter created, and so everything annihilated itself.
Like at the Big Bang, it just like should have been like even
Swoop.
Steven.
Yeah.
It big bangs and then it big smoops.
Well, and then just like it can, like space and time continue to bang, but matter does not.
And there's no matter.
And there's no matter.
There's just
so
space
like a
and time.
universe without matter,
Right.
which would make complete sense. According to our understanding of the universe, a universe without matter is just as likely, if not more likely, than a universe with matter.
So we don't know why there ended up being more matter than antimatter, and there's only a little bit more matter than antimatter. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay, that's weird.
And then, like, separately from that, we don't know why matter exists at all.
So we don't really know why I'm here.
Oh, definitely not.
Okay.
Well, like on way more levels than just those two.
Right, like we don't know why I'm here in the sense that like we don't know why the atoms that are inside of me exist.
Yeah.
They could have just not existed.
And we've looked into it, and we're still not sure. It's not like for lack of looking. The good news is it doesn't seem like matter can just stop existing. Well,
Great.
there's some people who argue that maybe it could. But the nice thing about matter just stopping existing is no one would notice.
We wouldn't notice. It'd be very fast, right?
It'd be a big loss, but
one that wasn't observed.
yeah.
Like, definitionally.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me of another one.
Yeah?
Which is that anytime I look at the night sky, I am the center of the observable universe.
Yeah, that is true. It's more true if you have a really good telescope.
But I don't have to. If I can see a star, I am the center of the observable universe.
Right.
Your argument is that you're only the center of the observable universe if you can see another galaxy?
No, my argument is that there is that humanity has an observable portion of the universe.
Yes.
And that you cannot observe it unless you like that whole universe unless you have
A really good telescope.
a certain kind of telescope.
But I'm the center of the observable universe in the sense that that's what observable universe means. It means like from the perspective of the person observing it.
Right. And we have to say that because we cannot observe beyond a boundary of the universe because that's how long it has taken the light to reach us. So beyond that boundary, the light has not reached us yet. So the observable universe gets bigger as time goes on.
Oh God. I think I might be better off if I just don't engage on that one.
Yeah. They're fun to know, but they're not necessarily going to help you. Some days when it's a really bad day,
Yeah.
I do think, well, we are on a little infinitely tiny speck,
Yeah.
and
And
can't matter that much.
on the one hand, it's that feeling of wonderful smallness which you would think would be sad but isn't. But then on the other hand, there's the feeling of like, well, there might not have been matter. So in that sense, I am quite something. Like I am really extraordinary.
Oh,
It's easy to forget that like every human is an absolute astonishment in the context of the solar system.
yeah. Yeah, well, and it may be that our universe is an absolute astonishment in sort of the universe of universes. Like, if you could run the simulation over and over and over again, a lot of the universes would be a lot less interesting than ours.
The universes with matter in them are just more interesting. And they're the ones that end up being observed because they have matter in them.
Maybe they are the ones that end up creating other universes somehow.
But nope. I only have room for one universe. Call me old-fashioned, but there's only one universe in this town.
Yeah, we're definitely having a conversation that is in the realm of pure speculation, not of science.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We went from like mind blowers to now mind guessers.
I got an easy one that won't be a problem for you.
Okay.
You cannot hum while holding your nose closed. He's giving it the old college try, though.
That was
I think
beautiful.
we could safely call that not a hum.
No, it reminded me of whale song. I feel like
That's kind of how they do it.
I feel like I could make an album of that and people would love it. It would I can be a Grammy Award winner with my new album of whale songs. That's great. I love that. And you're right. It doesn't alarm me. I love it. I love it. I need my nose for humming.
Yeah.
That's great. That's so much better.
John did that to make sure he could still hum.
I did. I was concerned that I'd lost the ability. Okay, Hank, if I can take you to human prehistory for a moment, there are individual caves that contain paintings that are at least 5,000 years apart in age, perhaps significantly more than that, which means that there were individual caves that were inhabited by groups of humans who were painting on the same walls for longer than between me and King Tut.
That's wild.
Also, when the pyramids were built, there were still woolly mammoths because humans were a very important part of the story of woolly mammoths.
Especially the end part.
The last part.
Yeah.
Yes, we wrote the last chapter.
It'd be interesting to look at what makes a fact mind-blowing.
I think it's when it makes me feel either big or small, when it recontextualizes my understanding of myself and my place in the universe.
Yeah. That's what I want to get out of a big book of like a list of facts. Isn't like a list of facts. It's like, tell me why I am reacting in this way.
Yeah.
Like I want to understand my own emotions because ultimately I am the most interesting part of the universe. To me,
I would argue that I am. It's weird. Do you not wake up in the morning and your first thought is of me and my needs? That's confusing. That's weird. So you're telling me that you have like a vast interior life in the same way that I do. Yeah. That might be the most mind-blowing fact of all, right? That like there are 7 billion people on this world right now who all have an infinite consciousness.
Yeah, do you ever think of like the people from our past and like
they're
doing something right now.
Oh yeah.
It's like that comic where everybody on the subway is looking at each other and they're all thinking the same thing. Sheep.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
No, it is you.
Yeah,
it is you who are the automaton.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's weird that we all woke up this morning and like put on clothes. Like we chose what to put on. It's weird. The whole thing is weird. This whole thing is weird. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Hank, I'll continue to see you right now.
That was a good ending. You can use that at any point.